Two of the youngest players in the women's candidates 2024 take on each other. On your screen is Nurgyul Salimova from Bulgaria, and greets her right now is R. Vaishali. Salimova is born in 2003 and is just 20 years old. Vaishali, on the other hand, born in 2001, is 22 years old. Vaishali had a tough game in the previous round. She did lose to Tan Zhongyi. So it'll be interesting to see how she faces Salimova here. She is in tremendous form and is also backed by Ivan Cheparinov and Gokar Khan, two grandmasters in her team. Vaishali is here with Sandeepan Chanda. Let's see what the opening brings us. You can see Vaishali taking her time before the first move and opens with 1 e4. If we had to categorize Vaishali as a player, then it would be attacking. Attacking style is what she's known for, and that too brilliant, intuitive, sacrificial chess. That is her way of playing. She brings out her knight to f3, and I think Salimova, she goes for the Petroff. Wow. Maybe it's more about playing the opponent than playing the opening as such, because Salimova knows Vaishali is an aggressive player. Why not play the super solid Petroff? So takes the pawn on e5, and now I believe Salimova pushes the knight back. Yes, this is the main line Petroff, and I'm interested to see what Vaishali has up her sleeve, because if you go down the main lines of Petroff, it's such a solid opening. It's very difficult to get an advantage here for white. We will see. Knight takes e4. The main moves here are d4 and knight c3. Vaishali goes for knight to c3 and offers a trade of knights. Salimova chops it off. Knight takes c3. And here there are two ways to take, but d takes c3 is the most logical, because you are opening up your bishop. In the opening, you want to get your pieces out as quickly as possible. So Salimova goes bishop e7. And this line was all the rage in early 2010s. Vishy Anand, I know, played it so many times, made it so popular, because here white is playing aggressively. Now for black, there are two ways to play. One is to try and long castle by getting all these pieces out. But Salimova just short castles, and she tells Vaishali, I am ready for a fight here. You know why? Because Vaishali is going to bring her queen up, which she did right now, and she's going to long castle, and then we will have kings on the opposite flanks, and this will lead to amazing fight. Knight comes to d7. The knight will be very well placed on f6, and that is what Salimova wants to do here. And now Vaishali long castles. So the battle lines have been drawn. It will be white who will try to attack on the king side. Black will try to attack on the queen side. Knight comes out to f6. This position has been reached 635 times, and Vaishali's move bishop d4 has been only played once before. So it's a new idea, and I think the logic is d5 is generally played when white goes bishop d3. But here, if you play bishop d4 and now d5, then I can take and capture the pawn on d5. So Salimova goes bishop d7, and Vaishali now plays her pawn up to h4. Typical attacking chess here. And by the way, Salimova is down to 1 hour 1 minute. Vaishali has 1 hour 10 minutes. Rook e8 played. Now this is a dangerous move. She should have preferred knight coming to g4. But now rook e8, the reason why this move is dangerous is because the knight can jump to g5. Yes, it does. Beautiful move there by Vaishali. The knight jumps in and is looking at these squares on f7 and h7. And this is a dangerous knight. Salimova says, Vaishali, please, can you get your knight away from here? I don't want it to be here. Well, the point is, Vaishali, I'm sure, is not going to move it, because once you take, pawn takes, opens up the rook. She brings bishop d3. In fact, even possible here was bishop c4. Pretty good move there. But she goes bishop d3, which is fine. And of course, taking the knight would not be a good idea. So Salimova finds a good move, knight g4. Now, Vaishali may have to come back with the knight. She could think about some checks, but then king f8 is possible. What? She sacrifices a piece. She gives up her knight. Is she going to get back the piece? King takes. Salimova instantly takes it. Is it queen f4 check? No, the knight can go back. What is her idea? She gives a check, it seems. Bishop c4 check is what Vaishali has played. And now, if you play bishop e6, I can take, check and win this knight. So that's the reason why Salimova goes king f8. And now, where's the attack? Queen d3. This is Vaishali for you. Queen at 7 coming in and wants to checkmate on g8, or even queen g6 coming in. And she gives a check. This is a mistake. The best defense was bishop f6 here and bishop e6. And black was holding, but bishop g5. Now Vaishali can take it. Queen takes and play king b1. But it seems like right now, Vaishali just plays the king here and tells Salimova, I don't know what is your idea here. Because now again, bishop f6 is the only defense. But if Salimova didn't find it in the previous move, why would she find it now? Knight e5 played here by her. But it doesn't really help. I think something's completely gone wrong in Salimova's calculation. Because now bishop takes knight. Just take it, and you can see Vaishali calculating, but bishop takes e5. What is your plan? Because if rook takes, I just take here. And it's completely winning. She plays bishop f6 now. Whoa. Well, in a way, she has just given up. Well, bishop takes e5, bishop f6 now is played, but she's just given up a knight. Salimova has just sort of plundered a knight. She could have done that without giving up the knight, and Vaishali is just brutal. She could have, maybe gone queen at 7 as well, but bishop d6, pawn takes, queen takes check, and now if you play, this bishop is hanging rook e7, it's queen d5 with a mating attack there. So here you will have to block. Queen e7 played, and now this is just simply winning. There's nothing much left. Vaishali takes, queen takes d7. Queen takes queen is going to happen here. You can see Salimova knows that the game is almost over. She takes the queen, but notice the number of pawns she has lost. White has 7 pawns, black has 4 only. And that is a huge difference. At this point of time, white is 3 pawns up. Rook e4 played, maybe trying to get 1 pawn back because there's a double attack here. But Vaishali plays bishop d5 and she attacks the rook and the pawn. He plays rook e2. She plays rook e2. And with rook e2, she's trying to attack the f2 pawn. Well, it's important to finish this off cleanly, because imagine that you lose a pawn on f2, then we have opposite colored bishops and we don't want to get into that situation. Now king e8 important, and Vaishali can now chop off this pawn on b7, or yeah, she just takes it. Rook takes b7. And now the important thing is that if you take here, I have a rook check, king here, and with these 3 pieces in the attack, it's just game over. Very strong, very powerful. So that's the reason why she goes rook d8, attacking the bishop. There are many ways to play here, different ideas, but Vaishali finds this very classy move, bishop c4. Because if you take here, this time it's check, king here, check, king here, and rook f6 with a check. You are game over. So she plays rook e d2. Vaishali brings her rook with a check. Just have to be careful about this back rank mate. King comes to f8. And I think Vaishali is very calm. She brings her king to c1. She is sure not to allow this back rank things to happen. Rook comes back to d7, but that means that now one pair of rooks are going to get traded. Trading down is not in black's favor, because you are still 3 pawns down, and now the h4 pawn is hanging, so I believe Vaishali can calmly defend it. Yes, G3 on the board, and I think at this point Nurgyul Salimova can resign with a clean conscience because her position is just completely bad. I think Salimova is just a little bit overwhelmed by the tournament situation, the candidates, because she just blundered this game. She was not herself. She couldn't find the defense. Vaishali uh, has managed to actually play a great game. For Salimova, it's like a question: how will she find her bearings in this tournament? For Vaishali, this game could well be the start of her kind of ascent in this tournament, because she will reach 50% score, and in this tournament every win has its worth, has its weight in gold. Now rook e2 is a normal move to defend this pawn, but just to show you how Vaishali is a aggressive player, she finds a aggressive way to defend the pawn. Like if you take here, check, and you lose the bishop. So even in these little defensive moves, you can see the difference in how an aggressive player plays and how a positional player plays. A4 played with the idea of a5, and Salimova resigns there. Vaishali scores a rocking win there in the Petroff. First, this new idea with bishop d4, and then sacrificing her knight, then playing this very cool queen move up one square to threaten mate. Vaishali is showing why she belongs here in the candidates tournament, and it's going to be exciting to follow how she does.